Hey everybody, what's up? And welcome back to another Table Talk podcast where today I need to be very wary of my volume because Haley is sleeping and I cannot wake her up. Today we got a kind of new setup for some of us here because we have a new guest. Mingyu, you want to introduce who is joining us on the podcast today?
Oh my goodness, it's been a long time coming. We've been friends with this person for what seems like centuries now.
Too long.
All of us are over 1,000 years old. But we've got the lovely Hani with us. Say hi to everybody, Hani.
Hi, everybody. Hi, guys.
Wow, just hear that voice.
What do you do, Hani?
What do I do? I mean, mainly, I'm a housewife.
Oh, wow.
Also, creative, content creator, makeup expert, producer, director, gamer, streamer.
Eagle. Oh, I mean,
does that cover everything?
I think you guys can write my resume after this.
yes, we will write your
so.
LinkedIn, your portfolio, your Clubhouse portfolio actually. That Clubhouse resume thing, which is like your profile. We just need to make sure you're like a CEO of 5 different companies and you're set.
Yeah.
If you think Honey's voice sounds like caramel, you guys should tune into the video podcast right now because look at that. We have visuals, guys. You know, in K-pop groups, like you usually have the visual member that's talented, right? So that's Honey right now. And yeah, today is actually a pretty interesting topic, right? Because we love games, that's for sure. We pride ourselves with being video game enthusiasts. And the fact that Honey is here is also just, dropping some small bombs. Honey, what have you been doing? Okay, hold on. Hold on. This question sounded better in my head.
Okay.
What have we been doing as a team for the past few nights? For like, 2 weeks already, is it?
Yeah, pretty much.
What have we been doing?
We have been terrorizing the digital space by going around and running around and YOLOing. But we have been playing quite a number of really, really fun games, in my opinion.
Yeah. So we can't wait to share you that. The question was like, Honey, can you tell people what we've been doing the past few nights? Did it come out right? So Mingyu, Honey, myself, and some randoms, we've been really going at it for video games. We've been setting something up, and we've been involving some of the people from Discord server as well. But today, let's just let's reset the room. Okay. How's everyone doing?
Oh, it's my sweet.
How are you doing, Mingyu?
I've been so busy on a die. And then I think by the time this thing comes out next week, when this podcast comes out, we'll be essentially or effectively back into CMCO or RMCO. But let's be honest, I feel like we've already not been in MCO for the past month. But officially, people can start going out again, and offices all around KL are opening up again. So that's slightly concerning due to the fact that the vaccine's here and nobody seems to care anymore. So it's like, it's over already.
It's like the vaccine is here. You haven't taken the vaccine, but it's fine.
But I'm okay. Yeah. Just the fact that it's here, it's like a passive buff, for all you gamers. It's like just because it's in the country, whole nation, immunity. That's how it works, right?
The Fire Nation.
I'm not
gonna go there.
How have you been, Honey? What have you been up to?
I have been at home most of the time. Actually, I've been at home for the entire year.
I really hope you've been at home most of the time. Where you been if you've not been at home? Tell me, please.
No, so because people say CMCO, they've been going out and stuff, but I'm still staying at home because there's not much reason for me to go out.
There shouldn't be a reason, right?
Yeah,
at this point.
And also because I prefer staying home anyway, so yeah, I've been homebodies, just cooking, eating, gaming.
Yeah, you guys need to follow. You all need to follow Honey on socials, because you either get treated to the game she's playing, the show she's watching, the food she's making, or her cat soba.
Her cat, basically. Honey is one of.
So cute.
So
can we get a soba appearance?
Oh no,
where's soba right now?
I have no idea.
That's the thing about cats. My gosh, there's a lot of inconspicuous, questionable sentences that you can say about Honey today, especially because we just said that she has a cat, but she has one of the most beautiful cats I've ever seen.
Oh man,
let's end it as that. But yeah, CMCO vaccines are ongoing. Are you guys signing up for the vaccines right away?
For sure, straight up.
Right.
If this is how I'm gonna die, then this is how I'm gonna die.
She just made an
Same thing I
appearance.
said about Corona.
Oh my god. Oh, coming in.
She just made the royal walk, you know.
I see.
Yeah.
You guys gotta come into you guys gotta watch the video today. Honey
Watch
looks
this on
like
YouTube, please.
Pocahontas with like leaves blowing in the breeze next to her. What
Wow,
the
intense.
heck? Okay. Vaccines, I hope you guys sign up for it. I personally am a bit worried about it because of all the allergy reactions. I am probably thinking it might not go so well for me. So my plan is to
Wait.
hopefully hold out for a while and everyone go through all the vaccines first. And I will get like maybe the 4.0 version of it with the less allergy reactions. But yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle. But hey, that's not the topic today. Today we're talking about other mind games with people. We will be talking about, I think, what has been increasingly becoming a bigger and bigger industry and I guess career for a lot of people. We're talking about games today, guys. We're talking about the good and the bad of gaming. You know, is it a great tool or is it potentially a horrible addiction? Because we've all grown up with a mindset. We've all grown up with Asian parents. Oh no, Ming, you disappeared. We've all grown up with Asian parents. I don't know what happened to Ming, but honey, we're gonna take Ming's back. Okay, we have definitely heard the line before. Stop playing games. It's bad for you.
Our dad says that to us all the time.
Yeah, you won't have a future, right? But obviously now that's not the case anymore.
Yep.
Right? People are, I don't know, kids as young as 14 or 16 are world champions in esports. They are raking in millions of dollars as a career. And I guess the real question is like, what is the future for video games? Because video games have expanded from just the whole like Mario going down like toilet pipes and people stepping on mushrooms. There is the whole myriad of explicitly gory and violent games with violence to simple games that are like wholesome and family oriented. Let's talk. You know what? Let's talk about the good. All right. What do you guys think? Like, do you guys think video games are they actually a good learning tool for kids?
Yes.
I have to say yes because you know what? Honestly,
Yes.
I grew up without video games. Like,
Oh.
yeah, like my parents were so strict. They would literally hide the internet modem during the day.
Hey, same.
Oh, really?
Same.
Yeah.
Legit.
Yeah. So the only games I had were, those that came with the CD when you buy the computer last time.
Yes.
So I had Magic School Bus. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, everyone had Magic School Bus. What the
Really? Yeah.
We never got Magic School Bus, man.
No, we didn't. But remember the Wongs had it. Then we go there and play the
Yeah.
Oh my god! So that was my first game, the Magic School
Right.
Bus, and then
Wait. Oh, sorry. I need to segue in this for a while. Why last time? Why parents hide the modem? Is like why?
Because of the dangers of the internet, then they don't want you to. Also, because the internet at that time, dial-up, right, was charged by the minute that you were connected to. So they don't want you to like spend money.
Dude, it wasn't just the internet modem. Okay, my parents had a reason because my brother wouldn't stop gaming. That was the era of Ragnarok.
It's sick.
I see.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
Right.
So he would come back from the school and then like he wouldn't do anything else but game. So my mom had to hide the modem and had to hide the Astro
gosh.
card.
Okay, at least you had Astro. We never had Astro.
Oh, really?
We didn't get Astro.
We never. Hey, there was this other thing, right? It wasn't just Astro, right? There was another
TV.
service. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh
Which
my
we
gosh.
also didn't have, by the
We
way.
had nothing.
You guys
We had
just
nothing.
outed our
Astro, you want to
ages.
sponsor us at this point, right?
Yeah.
Actually, it's okay. I don't need Astro.
I mean, we're not that old, guys. We're only 18. All of us are 18 here. What are you talking about? But yeah, there were definitely the games which were like the more educational games, right? I know Mingyu and I only enjoyed one game that our dad bought for us, which was this like typing tutor, right? Who made it seem like you could spell words really fast. Then you like destroy things that were falling down from the sky and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you see, last time games were really intentional. If they were supposed to teach you something,
Yeah.
they were teaching you something like language or
Yeah.
math or school bus
Yeah.
education, right?
It was
But
educational.
but people, like, I think parents had the wrong perspective of like, okay, other games, they don't benefit you at all. Yeah, you're just playing games, riding around with like you riding on a magical Poco bird or something like that, right? Or you're taking weapons and that these things don't exist. Personally, do you guys think by playing games that you've developed some kind of, I don't know, advantage as a human being? What do you guys think?
Ooh, I gotta say, kids nowadays, they really have like good eye-hand coordination compared to I do,
Oh yeah.
just because of the games that they've been playing.
When it comes to you, I'm not sure whether it's just the games, but you're right. Let's just put it that way. You didn't have games when you were a kid. That's why hand-eye coordination very bad. But yeah, do you guys think like okay? I guess if you didn't start it when you were young, do you think playing games have kind of benefited your person, as in, I don't know, in terms of, is it better really just hand-eye coordination? Is it dexterity? Is it like your intelligence? What do you think?
I think.
Hmm.
I think it does. Okay, you know what? Games do help. Other than reading and watching stuff, I think games do help build
Right.
children's imaginations. Because
For sure.
if you give games that, let's say, The Sims or Minecraft or anything that requires building,
Yeah.
they kind of like, kids tend to, they figure out and they solve problems, and that's what you
100%.
want. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, wow, you guys remember this game called Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Oh, yeah.
I loved it as a kid. Like, I didn't like Sims, let's just be honest. But I think as a kid, if you are like, I think I was like just over 10 years old, and you're playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, and the game teaches you stuff that you need to charge some, a specific amount of money for tickets. You need to make sure things are clean, that there is, enough line space, I guess, for people to line up and get on a ride. And they teach you actually the
Management.
basics of economy. Yeah, management of a park, right?
Yep.
And where else would you actually get the chance to do that if you're a 10-year-old kid?
Yeah.
And then today said something, this is the part we're going to benefit the people on YouTube. We're going to roll a bit of clips from Minecraft and what we've been doing with the server. Minecraft is the Lego of this generation.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And if you guys think that, I mean, if anyone here doubts the benefit, by this point, hopefully no one does. Minecraft was developed as literally a sandbox game, meaning that you can come in and build anything you want. And then the developers took it a step further and added the element of electronics. The Minecraft element, right? In KH last time we learned like, transistor la, resistor la, then flip switch la, then serial, and I forgot all these kind of things. Yeah, Minecraft added that to the system, and kids started building insanely complex things.
Wow.
Right? I've seen theme parks, roller coasters, self-automated harvesting things that like they harvest the watermelons and the crops that they build, and it's just like, if you didn't play games like this as a kid, where would you get the chance to play with electronical bots?
Yeah, that's true. Other than school, nowhere else.
I think maybe, we wind it a bit back to our time, right? And I really hate saying this, but there's a very big contrast between people who play games and people who don't play games.
Yep.
And I can tell very quickly, especially with how fast you pick up something or how slow you pick up something.
Maybe you play games.
General motor skills, your general motor skills and problem solving skills, right? If you don't play games, compared to someone who does play games, and also, down to your brain capacity, right? Generally, people who have played games or grew up playing games have better problem solving skills.
For sure.
Than people who don't, right? Because what are games, right? A game is to reach an objective, and there are obstacles or puzzles along the way that you have to solve to reach your objective. Whether or not it's a strategy game, whether it's a sort of like a simulator game, or whether it's even an action game, there's always an objective that you have to reach. And over the years, something simple like Neopets online.
Oh my god!
You want to have like the most good-looking pet, or you want to win something for your pet. There's a follow-up, there's a storyline. You put in the dedication and perseverance. But then you see games like, like Counter-Strike and Call of Duty, Apex Legends, Valorant, Fortnite, and people can say, it's very violent and all that. Which I agree. I mean, there's violence everywhere, even in literature, right? So shut up, okay? I think more importantly, what I've realized about stuff like that is the motor skills and your reflexes, right, change a lot if you are a gamer. And I don't want to point fingers at anybody, but the best way to do this is imagine you're at a party, right, and the Nintendo Switch is there, and you want to play Overcooked for the first time, or there's a group of people who want to play Overcooked, and of course there's going to be the competitive ones, but I'm not talking about how competitive you are. I'm talking about your motor skills and how fast you the passive learning
you figure it out,
right? And for example, if you give like somebody, a guy or girl who has never played a game before, they don't play games much, you give them the controller or the gamepad, right? And there's only maybe 4 buttons you need to press. 4 things you got to do in Overcooked, right? You move around, you pick up stuff, you throw down stuff, you
chop.
and I think probably that's about it, right? And every time they do that, right? Just look next time you go for a party, look at the people who look at the controllers.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm not saying they're slow, but
they're slow 100%.
It's true. They're a bit slower.
These are the people you don't want on your team. Yeah.
It's true. I hate to say it, but their mind takes a longer time to map the muscle movements to what they are having in their brains compared to normal gamers, right? And you give us a gamepad, we don't even need to look at the gamepad anymore. You tell us press square or press this, right? I need to see the gamepad like maybe 5 seconds and I understand it. And that's the kind of like stuff that we don't highlight enough about people and their learning capacity, right? Because people always think about games as the addiction straight away, violence, spend money. So what do you guys think about that one? About like the smaller things like that?
I think it's so much easier for me to figure out like even tech or internet stuff. I mean, I'm not the best, but ever since I started gaming a lot more, it's everything becomes natural to me. So whenever I want to start a new app or like a new software or like any other games, it's the learning curve isn't that high. Because you kind of, it's easier for you.
Kind of know.
Yeah, you kind of know. It's like intuition. So it does somewhat help me with like acquiring new like software.
Motor skills? Software.
No. Like whenever I get like new games, whenever I get new apps or whatever, you can fiddle and you can troubleshoot. So
yes, troubleshooting, correct. Yes.
Life is all about troubleshooting, man.
Hey,
it is.
Wow, this girl. All right, so this next part is going to get a bit interesting, right? Because we've talked about the skills and everything. We've talked about like getting the whole motor skills as a great foundation when you're a kid, and it makes things easier. This second part is more questionable about the use of the pros or cons about video games, and this has to do with socializing. All right, because the whole thing about video games is there is a ton of video game communities as well, right? There are tons of players. If you play games like these games called MMORPGs, which is called literally massive multiplayer online role-playing games. And the reason why it's massive is because like even games back then like Ragnarok, MapleStory, RuneScape, Tibia, all these games, they have thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of players online at the same time. And the thing about this is that, okay, great. You learn to socialize online with a lot of dodgy people and you get really smart really fast most of the time. But at the same time, you also potentially get into a lot of trouble with your parents because you are always in your room, right? So there is this whole thing as well. I guess, where is that line between, learning how to socialize and being an introvert that's always on your phone these days? Like, is something, I personally feel that this is something that I'm going to probably struggle with as well. If Haley, she's already super loving the iPad and, cartoon time, right? Do you think as a gamer, gamers struggle with this whole socializing thing when online they might be like one of the most well-known, famous, chatty persons in the world? What's your take on this? This is a very weird, double-edged sword, two sides of the coin thing.
Wow. I mean, personally, I'm an introvert, but then I wouldn't say that I was a loner. I had a lot of friends in real life and also online. So I think, I mean, people go online to find friends who have the same interests because I can honestly say, even my friends now, we don't have similar, I mean, we do have similar interests, but when it comes to gaming, I have more friends online
Right.
who we talk about the same things, you know, we play the same games. And I don't think, like, I don't think it affected my social skills that
Do you,
much.
do you know of people who, like, I guess, have their social lives affected because of video games? Like, Mingyu, what's your experience? Okay, what do you think
Personally,
about
no.
Personally, no. Okay, we're safe.
I think I don't know. I feel like this one is there needs to be a healthy mix. I really
Yep.
agree with everything that we're talking about, even with games and how it may make you your reflexes faster or not. But you can have the fastest reflexes, but you don't exercise. You're still gonna be a
Then
fat
no
potato
point.
in at home, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everything needs to be in moderation, and I
Yeah.
think there's a very healthy sort of like I don't know, quantity of online friends and offline friends. And this is something actually we were talking about on the Discord server a couple of weeks ago. But personally for me, I've had the opportunity to bond with some people who aren't even in the same country as me when I played Ragnarok online. And there was this thing called, what was it called? Ventrilo, which was like an early day
Walao.
Discord, right?
Wow, that's
and
so old.
I used to play Ragnarok with people from like the Philippines and America and like Taiwan and stuff. And I got so close to them that they would send stuff. Not just in game, but then like for my birthday, they would send me stuff. So of course, it was like,
Wow.
I should have never given my address, but I did anyway. And they did send birthday cards and stuff.
Minghan's like,
so that's
excuse
really-
me?
that's
Yeah,
really
we
nice.
live in the same house, honey. Damn it.
I know, right?
You put me at risk?
But
Oh
yeah,
my gosh. Okay.
I think it's there needs to be a healthy balance because sometimes people don't want to make friends offline in the real world because they
Right.
think that online so easy, I don't have to see their face. I'm playing my game, I can socialize. But then that also makes it hard for you to communicate with people because communication is also a lot of body language and physicality, right? So I don't know, Miguel, have you met people who suffer in either
I mean,
department?
of course, like being in servers or being in games like Minecraft, which require a ton of time of you being in game as well. I personally have, one of my best friends, we both have the same kind of interest in things like MapleStory, or these days you play Diablo. A lot of these games require a lot of time online, right? Especially if you want to get good at a game or you want to progress as a gamer. But I think so far, I've not met, in Malaysia at least, my friends are kind of balanced. There is that whole, like, hey, let's play a game, and then after that we go meet up at the mamak and we talk about
Yep.
stuff. So there's a very good balance between like socializing in real life and socializing on the game. But I mean, when you start getting dependent on the game for socializing, I think that's where the danger starts, right? Because I mean, in Japan, there's this culture of like super otakus, right? And otaku doesn't just mean video games; it just means they're so invested in just
The lifestyle and
experiencing, this
everything,
lifestyle
yeah.
of being on your own, right? And really being a fanboy or a fangirl into franchises or into games and stuff like that. And I'm for sure, even as a kid, we have experienced the part where your mom or your dad says, "Hey, put down your phone," or like, "Hey, stop playing. Come and talk to
Go
your
out and play.
yeah, go out and play." And I think this was the earlier symptoms of what video games can be, because obviously they can ruin relationships. I know, even if you take into these days, I'm pretty sure a lot of girlfriends and boyfriends get into fights over like, hey, you're playing Mobile Legends
Yeah.
too much. Hey, you're playing your Wild Rift too much, or like you're on
Yep.
PUBG too damn much as well. And then these kind of things lead on to stuff like, hey, why are you talking to that girl or boy on that game so much? Oh, I'm just helping them, like this is really weird relationship
complicated.
sometimes. Yeah. I think when your priority of your video game life starts to kind of like outweigh real people, I think that's the concern. And then this leads to other things like we can talk about, like that whole balance, like when you said, right? People get unhealthy, you get overweight because you really don't do any proper exercise. Obviously, your eyesight gets affected because of screen time, carpal tunnel, sleeping habits. I mean, the list goes on. But people don't realize that pro gamers, like a lot of the pro teams, have really good physical health.
Oh, they have people taking care of them.
Yeah, people are actually
Yeah.
taking care of their diets,
Yeah.
their sleeping routines.
Yep.
There was this picture circulating online. I don't know. You guys know the Dota team OG, right?
Yeah.
They're the only
Yeah.
team in the world who won the internationals twice in a row. They made
Yep.
history. And they have a player called Anna, right? And
Yeah.
Anna is this really
I know
like
the story.
frail, little looking Asian kid. And he went on a break, right? And the other day, I don't know whether you can post it on YouTube, some paparazzi photographed him and he's ripped. Like, I
Really?
don't know. People say it's him. It really looks like him with like longer hair, and he's like rocking the pecs and like I guess his break really went well. Like what the heck? He's looking pretty
Wow.
good if that's really him. But yeah, that balance, I guess. And someone else, since we're the MCO, right? We really got nothing to do but play games. I think that's what people kind of relate things to. And now, if we take it a step further, I really want to ask you guys your thoughts. People, especially when it comes to situations like terrorism, like shootings, and all these kind of things, they relate it to games most of the time. Do you guys actually think video games are to blame when it comes to like real life crime, real life shootings? And they always say it's the video games that you play. It's the video games that you play, right? You're playing all those like shooting games. I'm very sure, it's related to that. What are your guys' thoughts?
I mean, I have been playing Counter-Strike since college. I have never thought about shooting someone down in person.
Right.
Maybe other than that, maybe in my head, but
But who hasn't at this point, right?
yeah, exactly. That will be that 1% you just imagine in your head that you just wanna, But then, no, I don't think I'm a violent person because at the end of the day, once you're done with the game, you're done for the day.
Yeah, and it stays in the game.
It stays in the game.
That's it, right?
Yeah, and then, like, how violent can you be outside of the game?
Do you think games can actually trigger someone to be physically violent or to express physical violence on other people?
I mean, we've seen the YouTube clips, right? Of the boy who would smash his keyboard and all the caps come out, who breaks his screen.
The rages.
Well,
But I don't think it's a video game thing per se.
Yeah, it's-
Because if you look at sports, when grown men beat up opposing teams, right? When you look at the horse races, when you look at the card games, right, or chess or checkers, and even the most gentlemanly games like golf and bowling and snooker, if people are angry and they lash
Yeah.
out, I don't think it's not the sport. It's not the. It's not the platform, right? It's that
Yeah.
person. It's the individual choice.
I mean,
Um,
humans are violent in nature.
Yeah.
So it's really like whether you act on it or not, it does like all these games, all the sports or whatever, it may be a catalyst, but the crux of the problem is not the game or the sports. It's the person themselves.
It's like saying like I play Pokemon, so I have a real big tendency to, be an advocate for slavery, right? and animal abuse.
Yeah, it's true.
Right?
I thought
It's true.
I thought you were gonna say you have the tendency to throw animals around.
Oh, that too, right? Just basically put them in like containers and throw them across the room. I do think that's a very big. I mean, the media just does things, and the media, everyone's part of the hype when it comes to wanting a good story. But I do think I think there has been research done on this as well, that video games don't have a correlation to this. That even if you talk about video games and violence or games and violence, players in like NFL, right? They're literally very angry people as well most of the time. But no one blames the game. No one blames American football for like domestic abuse, right? No one blames these things. And I guess just because games have simulated guns and violence, people think that it plays a part. But I'm not counting it out totally, because I know that even in the US Army or in like training things, they do use simulations.
Do you guys hear the knocking sound?
No.
You don't? Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, sorry. Because my
someone-
neighbor is making sambal, I think.
Oh my gosh, I thought you something wrong.
Sedap.
Sis, you see lah, this kind of game. Wow. This Kanye, you do these kind of things. Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry,
I was
let's move on to a better thing. We're talking about the correlation. Let's end this on a good note, right? There's literal studies done by Oxford in 2020. Like, this is a funny study, by the way. Thanks, Maxine, for bringing this up. The studies said that players who played Animal Crossing and games like Plants vs. Zombies found that time spent on these games significantly improved the player's happiness.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right?
I would
and
agree.
many people find solace or their happy place in games.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I can say that about myself.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you will see a lot of that in Honey when you see the gaming channel. But yeah, this whole thing about games, I think the real one very practical way to look at it is a form of catharsis. It is a form of stress relief. It's a form that I look forward to a night that I can just sit down and do absolutely pointless things and unwind, right? What do you think? Is this something that is real in your experience? Do you guys have a happy place game? Like, Mingyu, what is your happy place game?
Right now, I've only been playing Apex Legends because it's my happy. Okay, so I'm not a rager. I don't get like emotionally upset or physically upset over a loss in a game. Some of us in this room are. I'm not going to say who.
Me.
Minghan is one of them. But I think recently, okay, so the research paper that you talking about, the Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I love Animal Crossing. I have such a big emotional bond with the game. And I played it when it came out last year, I think I played for 6 months straight.
Oh, yeah.
And then I kind of stopped because that's what we do, right? Gamers, we always kind of like, we get to the top and then we move on to the next game.
We're done.
There's no top in Animal Crossing. It's just, you live your life with animals. It's fine, all right? For me, at this point, I used to play Dota almost every night. With like Cesaria and the gang in Singapore, and that was our release. But also, it got really intense because we started to play rank, and when rank games come around, all of y'all who play like League, and
Overwatch,
like,
all Seba.
anything Overwatch, anything with a ranking system, when you play with your friends,
gets real.
It becomes serious business.
It gets real.
Yeah.
And even when we play among with like Hani and Asri with Overwatch, right? We will be like queuing up, waiting for the game, talking, oh yeah, wow, you guys sedap your food today. The minute we go in, all right guys, left, now, go. It's a serious business. But Apex Legends for me has been very sort of like relaxing, and it's made my reflexes a lot better. So I'm very happy with that. So that's my relaxing game.
I'm amazed that you say Apex is relaxing.
It's for me maybe.
Different people, different thing. Honey,
Yeah,
you've been
probably.
playing
Is this stressful for you, Honey?
yeah, you've been playing Subnautica, right? Is that your happy place game?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. I have to say that it is my happy place game. Like, it's
my
so
goodness.
weird because I was actually just watching my friend stream it on Twitch because someone suggested the game to her, and I was like, this looks like fun. I like being underwater. Then I started, and I was just like,
Oh,
I don't know how to explain that, the feeling that I get, but it does feel like I'm in a different world. Like I'm a character in a movie, you know?
right.
So it's like for me to go there and I know I'm alone in that planet and there's no one else is like an escape.
Right. Isn't that the pool of games? Like, I feel the magic of video games is that for some people, it transports you to this other world for a while. Right? And you're free to roam and do your things and do whatever you want. That unbridled freedom compared to the communism of capitalized industries of the world. But that's the happy place, right? Like, I mean, Subnautica is not my happy place. I have a fear of dark water. So I'm just going to say it right there and then. But yeah, I do remember like games being a treat, you know, when I was a kid, and we'd come back to really want to play MapleStory. And I guess that is the real way that you could say that there's a way to positively use games as well, right? You use them as rewards, you use them as a treat for yourself. And someone's here, sorry. We might need to wrap this up pretty soon.
It's okay.
Haley, yeah.
Why is she frowning?
He's not supposed to be awake for another hour, but sure. Let's try and wrap this up, guys. Okay, so what finding balance, playing good games, making sure that I don't know you have proper socializing skills, not just in game and out of game. Honey, what game would you? She's wearing her. Sorry guys, you can't see it on my video camera right now, but
She's like,
she's.
I'm ready for the screen.
Lift her up, show everybody.
Yeah, this is no. If I lift her up, she's gonna take over the podcast
yeah,
for sure. That's actually quite like that. Just that's a really good segue. That's a brand actually. That's a brand of
Glasses?
what is that? Oh, glasses
Or
that doesn't
blue
have
light, right?
power, but they designed it for kids because it filters blue light.
Even I, as an adult, don't have that. Okay?
You see, the world is so ready for screens.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Why don't we do this as a great closing, Honey? Why don't you recommend a game for people to play and why? And Mingyu, you do one of that as well. Let's go.
I mean, okay, so I like adventure games because I mean, in real life, you know that I love traveling and I love going to new places and everything. So for me, when I can't travel, gaming is like my adventure and my traveling moment, you know. So, I mean, other than Subnautica, I know Subnautica is scary for a lot of people. It's actually scary for me too, but I would recommend it. I would. No. I would recommend it because you follow the lore, the story. That's
Right.
why you watch movies as well,
Right. The lore.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's really for the lore, and but also there are other games such as Journey. If you don't want scary stuff, you know, Journey is beautiful.
Yes,
and
it
I'm
is.
gonna start that soon. I'm gonna record myself playing that.
And where can they see that?
Oh, they
Oh,
can see it on One to Juice Gaming.
Oh my gosh! What? But Mingyu, okay, Mingyu, what is your recommendation for a great game?
It's so hard, dude.
Yeah, you gotta think about this.
It's crazy.
Okay, your favorite game lah. I know you're a very big fan of the Spider-Man games and Batman games for a while.
Yeah. So anything that like, it really depends what you're playing on.
Are you a Marvel-
Because it's say again.
Are you a Marvel or DC fan, or do you play
I
those kind of
love
games?
Both.
Okay.
I have to say that DC puts out really good games. When I say DC puts out good games, it's only Rocksteady with
Okay.
all of their Arkham games, right? Nothing else has come out, honestly. Marvel's got, the great Spider-Man games, and that's awesome. But I think that if you are on like your iPhone, there's Apple Arcade, and there's a ton of games. There's one right now. They're called what? Lumi and the Wisp or something like that. What's it called?
I gotta check that
I
out.
don't know.
What?
you check it
I
out?
can't remember what it's called, but it's everyone's playing that on if you have an iOS device. On Android, you got stuff like Candy Crush and like I don't know. There's so many games to play. But
Everyone's
my
playing
personal
games nowadays,
favorite-
huh?
Say again?
Everyone's playing games nowadays, no matter what kind of game
it's
it is.
Really. So it can
Yeah.
be Wild Rift on your like iOS or Android device, or your Apple Arcade if you have an iPad as well. If you're on PC, Steam has a ton of games like waiting for you to choose, and it's fun because that's what we're doing with like the new gaming platform that we have, right? It's not just like the games that we're used to. Because I will always tell Minghan and Hani, I'm like, guys, let's just play like the stuff we know. But then they're like, no, let's play new games, and I'm
Yeah.
like, actually, it's true. It's like picking up a new book.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you may enjoy a show or a book that you already know, but it's always nice to see what developers are doing and to see what they are and like trying out, right?
For sure.
My current rotations are, of course, Apex Legends, Overwatch. I really started to enjoy playing. I'm playing Star Wars. What's the one that came out? What Fallen Jedi Order or something? The Fallen Order, the one that came out last year. It was on sale on the PS Store, so I just bought it and I started playing. It's really good. Other than that, I'm currently just waiting for the PS5 to have more games. I feel bad for everyone who's bought a PS5 because you buy into
That's
the hype,
nothing.
right? And then you get it, and then you realize
There's no games.
to play
No,
after
no.
you finish Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I have seen the games that are going to come out on PS5 this year.
Yeah. But it's not out yet.
Pro trick: as someone who buys and collects PlayStations, always wait for the
Yeah.
second version of the PlayStation to come out
Correct.
because by then they will have more games.
It's a lot better.
Yes.
That's true. That's
correct.
true.
Yes. So I don't have any recommendations. I'm a game surfer. Really, I will go to the App Store and I will download like 5 to 10 games at one time.
Oh, yeah.
And my simple way to go about it is if you cannot hold my attention for more than 15 minutes, I delete the game. As simple as
That's crazy.
right?
Okay.
Oh, I know what I like.
Oh, there we
I
go.
like, there's this new genre of games called rogue-like games or rogue games, right? And what you do is you start off and you try not to die, and your progress, right? The minute you die, you start the entire thing again. So
Oh my
those
God, I
are
hate
rogue
those.
games.
Those are tough.
Those rogue games
it's quite
equals
annoying.
to
Yeah, yeah.
rage.
That's
you know?
rage games.
It is, honestly, but there is progress. Like every time you die, the gold that you have, you can keep it, your weapons, you unlock more stuff.
yeah.
There's one particular game, I have to do this shout out because it's amazing copywriting, more than anything. Hades is a platform rogue game, and it has one of the best copywriting or just writing in general for story and player dialogue ever in any game. And I've played
I've heard about
games.
it.
I really like it. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Indie game on Steam.
Wow.
No, I've heard a lot about Hades, but this year, I think this year is going to be great for games because, you know, people know that a lot of people are staying at home and there's a rise in like streamers, gaming streamers. So I'm looking forward to seeing more amazing games this year, for sure.
There's definitely more coming out this year. Guys, this is the end of the podcast. We got to wrap it up. We've got recommendations. And I got to go before Hedy tries to do something weird on... she's on a scooter right now. Wish you guys could see it. Mayu, do you have a song recommendation for this week?
I do have a song recommendation. This week's song recommendation is Stronger Magic, and I know it sounds really weird,
Okay.
but it's by this dude called Leslie Odom Jr.,
Oh, wow.
this guy who I actually discovered who was doing a Christmas album a couple of years ago, and then I've just been following him. This song, Stronger Magic, starts off as the most unassuming, almost classical 1990s sort of like I don't know, not 90s, the 1950s sort of like classic old gentleman blues swing, and then he hits halftime, he drops like some weird EDM music. Y'all gotta check this out. This is Stronger Magic by Leslie Odom Jr.
It sounds too sexy to listen to, you
It's so
know?
good. And that's the song. Oh my goodness. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Check it out on Spotify. For everyone else, this has been a very interesting podcast, which we will loop back and revisit again because the three of us are playing a lot more games now together, which is great because it's productive gaming. That's what I like to tell myself.
More arguing.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Can't wait to launch the new channel for you guys. Thanks so much for listening. And if you have a game recommendation, please tag us while you're listening. Please.
Yes, please.
We usually like repost it anyway on the Takeaway IG. We can't wait to see you guys on the new gaming channel. You've heard it here first, or if it's already launched, then you should be going there and subscribing. Thanks, Hani, for your time today. We'll see you really soon because we are playing a really interesting game now called The Forest, and I really can't wait to play it again.
Can't wait for to
Oh
play
my
it tonight.
gosh.
Also, if you guys are watching, or actually no, tonight is Friday, right? For everyone who's following WandaVision, I'm so excited for tonight's episode.
Oh my gosh.
That's it.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, guys, for listening to this table talk. I hope you guys are safe. Stay clean. It's not over yet. Sign up for the vaccine, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.